Dyslexic genius here. I'm back on the opera carriage, and this is a very critical thing on an opera. You have to get them to float. It's not like doing any other Edison, Triumph, Standard, or whatever. This here rides really on a back rod in this rail, and it has an adjustment. You hear the tick? That's how do we get there, and that's what I want to show you. I'll pull it apart. So we have that little special screw. I remember I talked about this special screw, and then that hole is for the set screw. You don't want to lose these. So first, you put a little oil on some 1200 grit sandpaper, and you polish out the rail like this. And then you can clean up the stamp serial number if you want to. I did that. And after you do that part, come over to this part and you do the same thing. You need to take the special screw out to do that. So it just unscrews from the top.
And you only do the little shiny piece?
You only do the little shiny piece. So then, how do you put this thing together? You have to stab this part of the screw into this rail back here. There's a square piece. You'll see where my angel can look around. You see this piece back here where my hand's running? You want to clean that out. What I usually do is I take a little bit of sandpaper because I want to clean anything out. And you just stick it into the rail like that. You see, and then you just run it back and forth a few times and get all the crud out of there. It doesn't need any oil because it's floating right in the middle. It's keeping the carriage from moving. So then, after you do all that work, you have to stab this screw into there. So you come in. There, I hit it.
A little bit at an angle.
A little bit of an angle. Now, you drive the back rod in. And now it floats. So then if you put some oil on, and the operas are really critical to oil, oh yeah, that's way better. So now that you've polished this out and you've set this, you have that little bit of play in there. You see how I just tap it and it moves? That's how you fix it. It takes a little time adjusting, right? You know, and you'll be playing with that screw in and out a little. My personal opera has a little bit more play than that. I did it 40 years ago. I hope you enjoy this on an opera. They do get a little complicated and critical things, but this will make it play a lot better. And that's my tip for the day.